Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Boulware here, and I am so excited to be a guest reader of Junie B. Jones and some sneaky peeky spying. I'm a big Junie B. Jones fan. I used to read these all the time when I was in early elementary school. In fact, I used to read them almost every night before I went to bed with my mom. So I'm so excited to be reading this story today with all of you. I've been listening to Mrs. Ollinger read it. And before we get started on our chapter called Squeezy Lips, let's just recap a little bit of what happened in the last chapter, Sickish. And in this chapter, we heard that Junie B. Jones went to the grocery store, and while she was at the grocery store, she ran into her teacher, Mrs., and a strange man. But that wasn't even the craziest part of the chapter. The craziest part came when Junie B. saw her teacher eating some grapes, and Junie B. told us eating is the same as stealing. And teachers are not supposed to do that because they're supposed to set a good example for the other kids. So I'm sure that that made Junie B feel all kinds of confused and surprised and shocked and maybe a little bit scared and unsure of what to do. So I expect that today, as we read Squeezy Lips, we will hear how she responds to seeing that happen in the grocery store. And as we're reading, be sure to listen for what Junie B. Jones has the school nurse put on her head in this chapter. All right, here we go. Squeezy Lips. I didn't tattle on Mrs. That's because if I told Mother, I would get in trouble for spying. And if I told the store guy, Mrs. might go to jail. And so I just kept it a secret inside my head, because nobody can see secrets inside your head, not even if they look in your ears. On Sunday, Grandma and Grandpa Miller came to our house for dinner, only I couldn't talk to them that much. That's because secrets are very slippery, and I didn't want it to slip out of my mouth by accident. Why so quiet tonight, Junie B? Said Grandma Miller at the table. Cat got your tongue? My mouth went wide open. What cat, Grandma? Is it the same cat that got killed by the ice cream truck? How come he wants to get my tongue? Did his tongue get squished in the accident? Grandma Miller made a face. Then she didn't eat her roast beef anymore. Mother looked surprised at me. You sure did get chatty all of a sudden. Does this mean you're not mad about the cookies anymore? And so then I remembered to stop talking again, or else my secret might slip out. I squeezed my lips together very tight. And guess what else? Even the next day, when I was on the bus to school, my lips still stayed squeezed. Hi, Junie B, said my bestest friend Grace. I did a wave at her. Then Grace frowned at me. How come you're not saying hi? You have to say hi. It's the rules. Except for I didn't say hi, and so then she called me the name of Big Stinky. And when we got to school, that Grace told Lucille I was being a meanie. And so those two played horses all by themselves, and not me. That's how come I finally had to sing something very loud to them. I've got a secret, ha 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 ha, I sang. That Grace put her hands on her hips. So, she said, we don't care, do we, Lucille? Except for just then, Lucille run over to me speedy quick, 'cause she cared, that's why. If you tell me your secret, I'll be your best friend, she said. Yeah, only I can't, Lucille, I explained, 'cause if I tell you my secret, Mrs. might get in big trouble, and so I have to keep it inside my head. Lucille did a frown at me. It's not good to keep secrets inside your head, Junie B, she said. My brother says keeping secrets inside your head makes pressure in there, and pretty soon your head blows up. My eyes got very big at her. Oh no, I hollered, real upset. Then I holded my head real tight with my hands, and I run my very fastest to the nurse's office, 'cause she has Band-Aids to hold your head together, I think. My head's gonna blow, my head's gonna blow, I yelled at the nurse. She jumped up from her desk and hurried over to me. What's wrong, Junie B? Do you have a bad headache? She asked. No, I have a bad secret. It's about Mrs., only I can't tell anybody. And now there's pressure in my head, and I need a Band-Aid, or else it's gonna explode. The nurse said, calm down to me. Then she put a Band-Aid on my head, and me and her went to the principal's office. Principal is the boss of the school. Me and him know each other very good. That's because I keep on getting sent down there. And so now I'm not even afraid of that guy. Principal sat me in a big wood chair. Good afternoon, Junie B., he said. What's the trouble today? Good afternoon, I said back. My head's gonna blow. Principal frowned his eyes at me. Why do you think that? He asked. I did a little bit of squirming. 'Cause I got a secret in there. That's why, I said. Principal sat down at his big desk. He folded his hands. Maybe if you tell me your secret, I can help you, he said. Yeah, only I can't talk, I told him. Principal looked disappointed at me. But I thought you and I were pals, he said. We are, I said. I'm not even afraid of you. Principal did a chuckle. Good, he said. Then why don't you tell me what's bothering you? That's when I did a huffy breath at him. The guy wasn't listening to me, of course. Yeah, only I already said I can't talk, remember that? Because if I talk, then I might accidentally tell you that my teacher stole grapes at the grocery store, and then she might have to go to jail. And so that's how come I have to just keep a secret inside my head. And that's all. I smoothed my skirt. The end, I said. Then I squeezed my lips together very tight, or else my secret might slip out. Only guess what? I think it already did. Oh man, it turns out that secrets are in fact very, very slippery. Well, I hope you paid attention to what Junie B. Jones got put on her head in the nurse's office. If you did, be sure to tell someone in your family about it, and maybe you can recap to someone who hasn't read this story what's happened so far, and they can join you for the next chapter. Okay, thanks boys and girls.